What's up, my Confidence Builds and Heals and Off the Floor family? It is your girl Mecca here, founder of Confidence Builds and Heals. And baby, I am so excited about this episode because in this month's Off the Floor series, we are talking about why you might not be growing as a dancer. Let's get straight into the video. Oh, baby, we gonna talk about it. Why you might not be growing as a dancer. But before we get into the drip of this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss any updates, because I am dropping these episodes every single Monday for guidance for dancers. It's things that you deal with on the floor and off the floor, but even as a human being. So it's also the internal part of being a dancer and just thriving as the goddess and gods that you are. So why you might not be growing as a dancer? Well, hell, there's fucking many reasons why you might not be growing as a dancer. But I'm going to get straight to it, right? First of all, you will not grow as a dancer, number one, if you are not dancing. I'm going to just say it plain and simple. I have many people that come to my classes and also our choreographer classes, and they say many things to us like, okay, oh, I wanted to do this, or I feel like I didn't execute this right in class, and, oh, I want to grow more, or I don't feel like I'm making the progress that I want to make, or I've been coming to this many classes. Well, then I ask this simple question. Sorry, something is in my eye. And so then I ask this simple question. How often do you dance? Do you practice at home? No. So they say, not really often, I don't really have time. So you can't expect to come to this class once a week for 1 hour, or once a month, and expect to hit every movement on the nose, to really get the musicality down pat, okay? To get the timing right, okay, to have that grace and the breath and the movement, and expect to execute it. Now, will you get lucky? Sometimes, absolutely. It's times that I have not been dancing and I gotten lucky. Why? Because maybe my body is just used to those particular sets and range of movement, or because I was so hyped, or I've been gymming, or whatever. I got lucky, and so, or the choreography was not that hard for me, and it was literally at a level where I can execute. Maybe I'm really advanced at a 10 and that choreography was at like a 5. So it was like, okay, this was kind of easy for me because I've had some deeper training, right? But usually it's not the case if I'm not training, right? You have to dance. You're not growing as a dancer if you are not dancing. It's as simple as that. You have to train. You have to practice. Whether you take 15 minutes in the morning and you try to make up 2 8 counts, or you take 15 minutes in the morning and you run through some choreography that you didn't learn in class, or you take 15 minutes in the morning and you do a TikTok. I don't want to continue to really say TikTok because TikTok don't build too much stamina, because you really need to do choreography. Baby, point blank period, you need to dance. I have a whole video on this, on creating a dance schedule for yourself. If you see anything, it's my cat Faith moving, okay? So hi Faith, hi. So you need to dance, but I have a whole video on this in regards to creating a dance schedule for yourself and how often you should dance. But I'll give you just some pointers while we're on the video right here. What I highly recommend is, at least dancing minimum 7 hours a week. That's an hour a day. 7 hours a week. If you cannot do 7 hours a week, do 3 hours a week. Minimum. That's the time that you should be putting into moving your body and dancing, right? So for me personally, I just try to dance every single day for an hour. If I can't dance every single day for an hour, I'm going to dance 30 minutes or 15 minutes every single day. And on the weekends, if I got 3 hours, I'll block out 3 hours on a Saturday, and I'm just about to go into the studio and flow, or I'm gonna go to a class and I'm gonna meet up with some friends and dance, or I'm gonna take a class offline or something of that nature. Either way it go, I'm going to dance. I know this point is so long, but I have to, because that's one of the main things. I'm not growing as a dancer. Well, baby, you ain't dancing. So that's number one. Number two, the reason why you are not growing as a dancer is because you're not training in other styles and techniques of dance. You might have hit your plateau with a certain thing in your life. So for example, I've been doing heels training for quite some time, okay? Quite some time. Since about 2015. I've been doing heels dance training, probably before 2015, right? And it's 2023. So now it's time for me to switch it up. I've been switching it up. I'm getting into ballet classes, modern classes, so I can switch it up because I have all the heel movements down packed. Y'all know the ones we do. We do the same movements here. Sometimes we do the same little floor spins. We do the same back bends. We do the same little things in the heels dance training world, okay? In that category of dancing, most of the moves are kind of the same. And so what I've started to do is train in other styles of dance and just focus more on those styles of dancing and bring it into my heels training as well, but also do other styles of dance. Like I love hip hop. So now it gives me more variety. So when I'm making up my choreography, I'm not just focused on just these sensual moves, but you got some hip hop, you got some jazz, you got some modern ballet, and you got like some sexy heels training in the choreography in my heels classes, okay? So train in other styles of dance, and that's how you'll grow. Another reason why you're not growing as a dancer, because of the lifestyle that you live. Dancing is a lifestyle. We're athletes, right? I train my body. I go to the gym. I do cardio. I eat a certain way. I hydrate my body. I get adequate amount of sleep. I hydrate. I do conditioning work. I sit in my Epsom salt baths. I sit in the hot tub. I do yoga. I'm a dancer. I'm an athlete. If you're a dancer, you're an athlete. You got to take care of your body. You got to get them knots out of your body. You can't just go dance and then not stretch and then go to sleep and stay up all night long and then expect your body to just be working fluidly how you want it to. When you are serious about dancing and dancing is a part of your life, like it's a part like work is, then literally you are causing a lot of stress and strain onto the body, so you got to take care of it, right? So as much as I dance for hours after day as well, I'm also taking time to condition, to foam roll, to do my stretch routines, to make sure I get some adequate amount of sleep for spa days, you know, things like that. I take time and I take care of my body. If you don't take care of your body, then you're not going to really grow as a dancer. You're going to show up in class and be stiff all the time, sore. You can barely do this movement because you don't have the flexibility. Yoga, you know, Pilates, things of that nature. And then my last point why you might not be growing as a dancer is because you just self-sabotage yourself because of the negative chatter that you speak in your mind, comparing yourself to other people, or not honoring where you are, not loving your art, not loving your body. So that's a relationship thing between you and you. And if you have a hard time with literally having that dialogue with yourself, I highly recommend that you grab our virtual guide, which is called Confide in You, okay? Confide in You guide. Link is in the description box where you can download that. This is a 7-day guide that you basically some self-love stuff, meditation, affirmations, 7 different pieces of choreography, journal prompts and things like that. Highly recommend it. Stretching in there, all of that. So highly recommend that. And also the Art of Seducing Your Desires e-workbook, because sometimes you're not growing as a dancer because your life is chaotic. Because when your life is chaotic, you don't know what you want to do for work. You don't know if you're coming or going in your relationship. Your health is off because you don't know what you desire. So you can't even focus on your passion of dance because of that. So what I highly recommend is for you to simply, right, sit down and figure out what you want, what your desires are. And if you don't know where to start, get our guide, Art of Seducing Your Desires e-workbook. And if you have any specific questions for me, if you want to talk to me one-on-one personally, I have this thing called Pick My Brain session. We can sit down for 30 minutes over the phone or 15 minutes. You can pick my brain on whatever, and I can give you specific advice based on where you at specifically in your life, in the season of your life, and based on the elements and the conditions that you are dealing with. But make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, all of that, Confidence Builds and Heals, and share this with a dancer that you care about. And like I always say, I'm sending so much love and light your way. Keep continuing to confide in you. I'll see you in the next episode next month with peace and love.